Hello! Today we'll be doing another episode of Dolls in Depth. Are you ready? I am too! So this is my 12th doll, Austyn. He is my second boy doll of 3. My first is Will. I already made a video about him, which I'll put in the description of this video. The third boy doll is Luke, who I've sort of introduced, but has yet to appear in a stop motion. So I customized Austyn from a Girl of Today 3 in March of 2022. I have not realized this did not hit me until like yesterday, that Austyn was customized 2 years ago yesterday, which is insane, and I cannot believe it's been 2 years already. So after having Will for about a year, I realized he needed a companion. At that time, I had 10 dolls, 9 of them were girls, and then there was just Will. I thought it would also add a bit of like depth and personality to the group overall. So I already had a lot of dolls, so Austyn was not supposed to be a sibling character. Though this would change after a couple of months after he was first introduced, when I just got way too attached to him to just be a friend, so I just add him to the main group. He also had a completely different name and personality initially. So when I was first brainstorming what this boy doll would potentially look like, his original name was supposed to be Wesley, like Wes or Wesley. He was kind of supposed to be one of those comic relief characters that talks about his large list of allergies and often says, let me ask my mom first, even though he's like 15. Also had the idea of having his mom be like overbearing and also overprotective about everything. He was supposed to be of a completely different doll too, so I had always wanted a Kanani. Kanani was my dream doll for the longest time, and I really enjoyed seeing all the custom Kananis that AGIGers would post on their Instagram. So I originally wanted to make Austyn out of a Kanani base. So I ordered a black curly wig from Doll of a Kind to complement it. And I bought this bald Kanani doll that was completely perfect for this doll from My Doll Nook on Instagram. But then, about like a week later when I finally got the doll, I realized I did not want to customize Miss Kanani at all. I'd always wanted a Kanani and also couldn't really bear to turn this doll into something that wasn't a Kanani. She was also my very first Jess mold too, and I just didn't want to turn it into necessarily a boy doll. So my plans went completely out the window. I had to scrap the original boy doll I wanted to make. However, I already ordered the wig, and the wig had already shipped at that point, so I had no choice but to go on eBay and find another doll. I found a cheap Girl of Today 3 that was used for Austyn. Around this time, I decided that I liked the name Austyn better than Wesley. However, I wanted to be special. I wanted to be different and quirky. The traditional way you spell Austyn is like A-U-S-T-I-N. I'm like, no, that's not acceptable. Austyn's a unique person with a unique personality. He should get a unique name. So I spelt it A-U-S-T-Y-N. So if your name happens to be Austyn, I'm really sorry. I spelt it wrong, and I probably offended so many people named Austyn right now. Also, it just makes me look like a bloody hypocrite too. I get frustrated that there's like 19 different ways to spell Allison. Anyway, I ordered a second wig for the Kanani doll, which would eventually become Lonnie in my collection. This wig came from Dallas Doll Co. on Etsy, and it looked just like the original Kanani wig that she would come with. And finally, the Girl of Today 3 came in the mail, and I was able to assemble all the bits and pieces together. Originally, Austyn didn't have glasses, which seems very strange now considering that it's kind of his most iconic feature. When he first appeared in my stop motions, his personality was nothing like it is now, and it also wasn't anything like how I originally planned it. So instead of being the friend that's like, let me ask my mom first, he was kind of that flirtatious, extroverted, kind of individual who was a ladies' man. And he kind of had the role of being Will's weird but outgoing friend. He at one point had a crush on Molly. Don't know why Molly. Maybe because they both would eventually have I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
Will, I didn't know your sisters were so hot.
But as his personality has developed, he's become a bit more reserved, and it's kind of just done a complete 180. He's a bit like shy, but like not quite like Charlie, where she's just anxious about what people think of her. So in my stop motions now, Austyn's like a theater kid. He enjoys writing and performing plays. He's also into film and enjoys blogging his family and their shenanigans. He can be a bit of a comedian. He enjoys pulling pranks on his siblings and did that one stand-up comedy act like 2 years ago. Compared to Will, he's a bit more reserved and less chaotic. He has a bit more common sense than Will, and will often talk Will down from stupid things he's about to do. But will still also join into his little schemes, especially if it involves pranking their siblings. These two are very close despite their differences. He's also the type of person to like throw in casually larger vocabulary words here and there. His overall style is more flamboyant clothes, a lot of flannel jackets and sweaters. I wanted him to contradict the stereotypical boy dolls on agtube. Nothing wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with them. I just wanted him to be unique. I wanted him to be special and different. Another fun fact about this doll is the doll itself has been through a lot. Originally, when I got the doll had really loose limbs, and I had never tightened or restrung a doll before. So Austyn has been taken apart a total of like 3 times. The first time, I just tightened his limbs, but then tightening wasn't enough, so then I restrung. A second time, and had to take him apart a second time. Unfortunately, I was very inexperienced at restringing, and I did not do it correctly, so I had to take him apart a 3rd time and do it again. And yeah, all of my progress, and each time I've taken this poor doll apart, is a video you can watch on my channel, and I'll link below in the description. Luckily, after the 3rd time of restringing Austyn, his limbs hold up a nice position, and I can confidently say I am never doing that ever again. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this episode of Dolls in Depth. If you enjoy it, make sure you like and subscribe, and have an amazing day whenever you're watching this. Okay, bye.